Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing an August favorites journal with me, and I'm actually doing it on time this month, so props to me. As usual, I'm going to be talking about my monthly favorites and what I'm doing on screen. So without further ado, let's get into this August favorites. In August, I didn't really have that many favorites because I didn't really watch anything new. So it's kind of more of a simple layout along with the books that I read and a little playlist, which, not to spoil the playlist, but it's mostly just Taylor Swift. Now, the only thing I really watched in August as TV show was Rain. This was a rewatch for me. The first time I watched it was August last year in quarantine, and I didn't feel like watching anything new, and I missed Francis and Mary, so I decided to have Rain be my rewatch for the moment in time. And yes, I just miss them, and I love this show with my whole heart. I also rewatched season 1 of One Tree Hill, which is actually one of my favorite shows of all time, but I just did not include it in this spread for some reason. Now, this washi tape that I am opening is actually from a YouTuber, and it's Coffee Monster Co. My mom and I love her artwork and her stickers, and we ordered some washi tape. I obviously got the book nerd washi tape because I read a lot, and it just fit perfectly with this month because I just got it in the mail, and I think I read 10 books in August, so we had to use it. And this black washi tape that I just used, and every other washi tape I use in this video other than Coffee Monster Co.'s, is actually all from the washi tape shop. I know a lot of people ask where I get my supplies, and I generally just love the washi tape shop's designs, and this isn't sponsored by them. I just love them, and I do have a discount and code for you in my description if you want to also purchase from them. Highly recommend. I also forgot to write down the 3 new movies that I watched in August and I absolutely loved, and that was Suicide Squad, the new one, and X-Men Apocalypse and X-Men Dark Phoenix. Yeah, I've never seen the last 2 X-Men prequel movies, and I just watched them and I absolutely love them. Maybe only because Sophie Turner was in them. Who knows? But yes, I forgot to write those down, but I loved those 3 movies so much. You are about to see how big my Coffee Monster Co. addiction is, because just give it a second and look how many sticker sheets I have of hers. It's really bad, but I need to start using them, so I found one of her binge watching stickers and a book reading one to go with the vibe. As for the books that I read in August, I actually read so many good books, and I was shocked, and I think I read 10 or 9, I don't actually remember. But the first book I read in August was The Cruel Prince by Jade. It is the first book in the Royal Hearts Academy series, and such a good start to that series. It's childhood friends to enemies to lovers. So good. And then I read People We Meet on Vacation by Emily and Henry, which is friends to lovers, and it was such a good friends to lovers. And then I finished the Royal Hearts Academy series by Jade, which is Ruthless Knight, Broken Princess, and Broken Kingdom. The second book is the jock and the nerd dating, along with fake dating, sort of. And then the third book and the fourth book go hand in hand, and it's basically like brother's best friend, along with if you touch her, I'll basically kill you scene, and it was excellent. I just really highly recommend that series. It's on Kindle Unlimited if you have that. And then I read my first Colleen Hoover book, which was It Ends With Us, and that was 5 out of 5 stars for me. I completely sobbed my eyes out. Make sure to look up trigger warnings for that book. Just just a heads up, so good and so many good quotes. And then I read Ugly Love by Colleen Hoover, which I also really liked. It was Brother's Best Friend. And I didn't love it as much as It Ends With Us, but it was still really good. And I know Ugly Love is a lot of people's favorite Colleen Hoover book. Then I read The Unhoneymooners by Christina Lauren, which is Enemies to Lovers. Excellent. I really enjoyed that book. And then I read Until Friday Nights by Abby Glines, which is basically the two characters trauma bonding. And a little times it felt a little too toxic, but then the characters discussed how toxic it was, so I was completely fine with it. And I can't wait to continue that series as well. I'm having such a hard time choosing my favorite book of the month, but it's basically a tie between People We Meet on Vacation by Emily Henry, Broken Kingdom by Ashley Jade, because it was such a good conclusion to that series, or It Ends With Us by Colleen Hoover, because that book was just so powerful and made me cry so much. And I just love a book that makes me cry, I'm gonna be honest. So if you have any recommendations on books that made you cry, please comment some. I would just love that. Now, for as of what I'm doing on the screen, I'm currently writing obviously the books that I read in August, but I wanted to read the quote that I wrote next to my rain picture because my handwriting was horrendous, and it's one of my favorite quotes from Rain, and it says, "I would rather have hope with you than uncertainty with anyone else." And I just love Frances and Mary so much, so I had to read that quote aloud in case you couldn't read it. And that picture with the red head and the boy is to represent It Ends With Us, and the picture above it that's a quote is from Broken Kingdom by Ashley Jade. Now I'm currently making my playlist for August. I'm actually going to mess up because after I start writing the songs from my August playlist, I decided that I hated it. I hated it so much, so I tore a page from the back of my journal and I cut it to cover it because I couldn't stand to look at it, so I will be fixing it. Don't you worry if you also hate it. Ew, even just watching it right now, I'm like, why did I think that was gonna be cute? I don't know. But like I said, it is a lot of Taylor Swift. I made a playlist in August called Taylor Swift, but I'm screaming the lyrics, and I kind of just listened to it all month, so it's just a lot of Taylor Swift. And I threw in a Lorde song that I was listening to a lot, but honestly, I was just trying to make it not all Miss Swift, you know? This is me getting ready to cover up the ugliness that is that playlist. I'm using my Fomino printer to print out a quote from It Ends With Us and cover that bad boy up because I didn't want to look at it anymore. So yeah, this is me, like I said, tearing out that page to cover it. Little hack if you have a dotted notebook and want to cover up mistake. I don't know. Still kind of unsure if it ends up looking good, but it sure does look better than me just having all those words next to each other. I think I hated just having the playlist and my books read right next to each other like that. So yeah, I'm glad I just decided to print out the quote and, you know, separate it a little bit. I'm pretty sure that was my problem with the layout, but you know, it's okay, we fixed it. It can't be perfect all the time, or any of the time. Sometimes I think my writing ruins the page, which is my biggest problem with journaling. I'm working through it though. This was a simple layout for a favorites page, and I feel like I like it. I don't know, I kind of try and change up my favorites page so it's not the same every month, but I would love to know what your favorites of August were. Favorite movies, books, anything. Let me know in the comments, and I really hope you enjoyed this. and especially me being on time, I would like to take a moment because all of my other favorites have literally been towards the end of the next month. But I hope you enjoyed this video. I already have another journal with me filmed that will be up hopefully this weekend. So I hope you guys have a great rest of your day or night. And thank you so much for watching, and see you in my next video. Bye!